Dear viewers, welcome to Kweli Chungu TV. Imekuwa muda hatujaongea na inabidi saa zingine. Sometimes nakuta hatuwezi ongea due to 1, 2, 3 things, but pia ni vizuri kujipatia leave na kwenda ka off kidogo at least upunge unyunyu, but there are matters to be discussed, for the longest time now. It's now almost 3 to 4 months when we began hearing the issues of the Shakahola issues and other things and what have you. And I'm sure people are questioning, where is Kweli Chungu TV? Why are you not talking about this? We don't rush. But anyway, dear viewers, before I go any further, may I put my obvious request. Aki mmenikalisha kwa 92. Mniongeze tu 8 tufike 100 and then tutaona mengine. Yes, just subscribe. Go to YouTube, look for Kweli Chungu TV, subscribe, and then do the favor of viewing, sharing, and then commenting and liking. Of course, our episodes are episodes you cannot get anywhere as usual. Welcoming you aboard. Your one and only presenter, Brother Power. On the controls as usual is Veronica. Welcome aboard. Dear viewers, as I began by talking about the Shakahola issues and the church matters that have become a menace in this country, today I want to call upon the concerned authority not just to focus on Kilifi and Shakahola and Nairobi and West Pokot, where the recent case, one clergy actually was caught literally caning the youth in the church. We may not know why he was doing that, but I think that's the latest we have from our churches and from our pulpits, that there is a clergy somewhere who decided to cane, his youth in the church. We don't, maybe he was instilling discipline, we don't know. But at least those are the newest, the latest updates from the pulpits. You've heard about the war, the CPK war in West Pokot or wherever. I know Kweli Chungu viewers, you are keen on this and you know what I'm talking about. But now, back at home, people think these things are just happening in Nairobi. And today, I'm obliged to do this sababu hapa nyumbani pia ziko. I think in the last 2 or 3 days, there is a man who has been walking up and down in Kiabonyoru ward, and specifically between the sub-locations of Winsicha and Nyangoge sub-locations. This man, who hails from Rift Valley, says he was brought into some church for prayers, after which he was kicked out. Sources have informed Kweli Chungu TV that this man at one moment was spotted being rained on and fetching water to go and clean some house, knowing that it was a church building or wherever it was. It's very painful that the government is focusing and taking a lot of time in Shakahola, where chiefs and local leaders failed. May you kindly extend your wings to the counties of Kisii and Nyamira and be sure there are questionable churches on the ground. Kweli Chungu TV sources indicate that some chiefs or some local leadership in the area, may not be specific about chiefs or whatever, some local leadership in the area have written letters clearing some questionable churches that they are okay to transact and go on with their businesses as usual. Surely there is madness and it's a time bomb that siku italipuka tutaanza kusema ilikuwa ikakuwa ikaenda ikakuwa pakawa abracadabra abramanaike Milosevic. Why? Because some crazy leadership, I'm told, have decided to take it upon themselves to clear churches that were questionable. They have written to relevant officers. Now, the case at hand. Look at the idea that happened in Kitutu Church some months ago, where some pastor recorded some old mama whose mental health has a problem and indicated she was a witch in TikTok and what have you. That was locally handled and it was buried. Today, we're talking about a guy from Rift Valley who was spotted roaming round and about Nyangoge, Nsicha, and the likes, indicating that he had been brought to some church for prayers, but then he got locked out for reasons well known to them. Let's not bury our heads in the sand and imagine these things are only happening in Mombasa and Nairobi. They're happening. If you go to the villages in Kisii and the Luo land and wherever, you will hear stories. Dear government, rather than go harass the Yesu wa Tongaren, who only had a nickname Yesu, someone who cannot even afford a mobile phone, just spread your wings to Kisii and Nyamira counties and you'll see wonders. This is where you'll find miracles that are no miracles. This is where people have been told they are healed of blood pressures, but later they have died. This is where people have tried to bury they have been told to bury their loved ones standing, and many others. There are TVs, dear government. Go to Pang and watch some of the challenges you see there. When you see a pastor seated from morning to evening, na kazi yake tu ni kutuma. When you see somebody from morning to evening, and the whole point is to receive people falling down and lying on each other and being carried by ushers here and there, these things are not only happening in Shakahola. Come home, people are being misused. We know there are pastors in this area who have gathered wealth from innocent Kenyans because they have promised them miracles. Anyway, it's just our voice on the church crisis. Something should be done. There is a reason, and if there are chiefs who are collaborating with these pastors or so-called pastors, they should be held accountable. Yes, Kweli Chungu spotted the man we're talking about. We spotted the man. He knew nothing. He knew not where to go. It was spotted when the village elder literally rejected him. After a directive from an area sub-chief for this man to be delivered to the nearest police station. Yet, there are allegations that this very leadership is the one that has written letters clearing these questionable churches. Anyway, tusikae hapo sana, but there's a time bomb in Kisii and Nyamira, and soon it might explode. Do us the favor of subscribing, commenting, sharing, liking, viewing, whichever comes first. Do us the favor. God bless you. On behalf of my sound engineer, Veronica, being a presenter, one and only Brother Power, Jared Wilberforce.